Well, we're back again with more Bill Paxton Pinball. That's my catchphrase, you see. Alright, something we haven't really talked about yet is the sound editing, so I'm going to talk about that briefly here. Excuse me. One thing I realized was it's better to let Adobe Premiere, which is my go-to program, let it loop the sounds instead of letting the machine, because it can do a better job. You can loop them, correctly and whatnot. But the question was when to loop. So what I did was I went on the machine itself, the pinball machine, and I timed myself at the start of a game. And the idea was to see how long it took me to get a mode started. And I chose the Aliens mode, since that's not too difficult to start. And the number I came up with was about 45 seconds. Now the reason that's important is because when the machine starts up, it picks from like 8 random songs. Most of them are from Bill Paxton's band Martini Ranch. And the idea is the song should loop kind of repetitively until about 45 seconds, and then it should kind of kick into gear, like, start up the verses, go into the chorus, whatever. So let me show you an example. So that's a song Reach from his group Martini Ranch. Kind of an interesting video. It was there's a video on YouTube if you look for it. It was directed by James Cameron, and there isn't a single blue skin cat person in it. So this starts at about 29:20. So we need to get to approximately 30:05. So if you look here at the timer, well, maybe you can't see it. So once the player's played for about 45 seconds, then we start hearing the chorus. So the idea is, if you haven't started a mode in about the amount of time it takes to start a mode, the machine will kind of change up the music, or the music will reach a certain point, which should increase the intensity. So hopefully that works as advertised. And so I've made all sorts of loops of all the music here. And I've also done things like Titanic. As you can see, I've looped it here. Oh, the ship's sinking, run, run! And then it gets a little more intense. And one trick you can do, or that I did, is if you're trying to use 2 parts of the same piece of music, the music might be a little bit more intense later on in the piece, but maybe not intense enough. So what you can do is you can actually increase the speed of it a little bit. In this case, I increased it to 104%, and obviously when you increase the speed of music, not only is it faster, but the notes are higher pitched. 2 things that will both give you more intensity. And finally, Bill Paxton was only in a few scenes of Streets of Fire, but it gave me an excuse to use the music from it. Yeah, 18-year-old Diane Lane. That's right. So yeah, that's the music stuff for Bill Paxton Pinball, and we'll have more as it arrives.